Hello and welcome to the Big Match Theory. I'm Mangesh, and as always, I have Rohit and Abhishek with me. So before starting the podcast, I just want to ask Abhishek one question. Have you booked your ticket for Liverpool's trophy parade yet?
Am I an Arsenal fan to already start counting my chickens? It is not even end of November. We're not even at Christmas yet. So I
So that's
think
a
we're
yes.
huh?
So that's a yes. You have
No,
booked.
Yeah.
no. I told you before also, right? Even if we are 8 points ahead of City, right? At any point in the season, I'll still not feel confident until it is actually done, and that is literally the scenario at the moment. We are 8 points ahead, but at one point Arsenal were 8 points ahead last year, and what happened?
But then
But
City did not lose 5 games on the bounce.
That is true. That is true.
I see you are trying to hide your excitement, and okay, you're trying to be humble. I know that
it doesn't suit you, man.
it
Especially
doesn't
not in
suit
the
me.
past 5 years. Especially not since you said that Mo Salah should have won the Ballon d'Or. So I think your humility has
I'm
no.
not saying he should have won the Ballon d'Or. I'm saying he should have been at least in the top 30. I can't believe that players like Kai Havertz have finished ahead of Mo Salah in the Ballon d'Or. What the hell?
uh,
Oh God! But
no, but
you're
honestly,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
no. What I was saying is that I was just. Uh, I mean, played 12, 10 wins, one draw, and a loss. You genuinely couldn't have asked for a better start to the season, especially considering Klopp's left, Slots, new manager, pretty much playing with the same team, didn't really get his signings, didn't get Zubimendi or whatever. Considering all of that, and at the start of the season, as I think we repeatedly pointed out that this is going to be the challenging part of the season, but it doesn't look like Liverpool have lost a step. It doesn't look like they've lost the ability to see those games out. Even today, right? Southampton, like they were up and all of that, but I didn't, I didn't watch all of the game, but the way I was sort of looking at the game, it didn't feel at any point like Liverpool. Like I think you and I spoke on text as well, Mangesh. Like you knew somewhere that the winner is going to come, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the Mr. Ballon d'Or also scored 2 games, two scored 2 goals. So yeah, I think he should get Ballon d'Or next season for sure.
But that's the thing, right? I mean, it's only we are just in November, so we'll see what happens. But it so far looks like he has absolutely he's. I mean, so far the best player in the league, no doubt. I don't think there is anyone better than Salah at the moment. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see that we have not really, as Rohit was saying, we have not lost a step, as much. It doesn't feel like we are struggling as much as everyone thought we would, and it's only 11 games in, 12 games in, but still there's a long way to go. So we'll see what happens, but all the signs are good so far.
Yeah, yeah. No, so I mean, touted this game as the battle between two best managers in the league, Arne Slot and Russell Martin, who is Rohit's favorite manager. And and Southampton are rubbish, man. They are simply not good enough. They are not good enough. They were 2-1 up at one point, and look at the goal they conceded. What are they doing? I mean, we could see Liverpool winning it. Winner was coming. That was never an issue. That was never in doubt. But the way
Mhm.
he considered it, it was so. I don't have words. So rubbish, and I was cursing at that time. I mean, I knew that we are going after City losing, Liverpool were going to win. There was no two question about that. But to concede that goal the way they did, it was so infuriating to watch.
But
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
no, go on, go on, go on.
no, what I was saying is that, now that you think about it, all three goals were, you can think about it that they were sort of mistakes, right?
Yeah,
The first goal also, it was so stupid. What were they even trying to do? He got the ball and he was trying to roll it out in front of the. There were three players in front of Fernandez from of Southampton, and he still tried to give the ball to Fernandez. He lost the ball. Then the defender fucked up the clearance, and that's it. It was such a and the commentator said the same thing. If Southampton do not adapt, they do not stop playing the way they are playing at the moment, they are going down easily. And because they simply cannot keep playing this way, or at least try to keep playing, the Rohit's favorite way, which is out from the back. And it the second goal, same thing. I mean, the second goal, I don't know where he was going or what he was trying to do. It was just Salah just it. First, I thought it was a miscontrol. It was not even a finish. But I have no idea where he was going. And the third goal again, it was a stupid handball. Thankfully, from the player who had just come on, and we got the penalty. But I mean, it's a good thing that we won at the end of the day, because other than that, if you think about it, there are not that many clear cut. We had a few shots on target, but I don't think we created that many clear cut chances. So after coming back from the international break, I think we did good to get a win at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, again, to talk about Southampton, if they will just go down. That's it. They will go down if they don't change the way they play.
The only thing I'll say about Russell Martin and Southampton is, let's plot a graph. This is fuck around and this is find out. The more you fuck around, the more you will find out. The more Russell Martin is fucking around, the more is going to find out.
Yeah.
That is exactly what is going to happen with this guy. You are bottom of the table. Now is the time for you to bring it back. Now is the time for you to stop fucking around so that you won't find out. But no, even in a game against Liverpool, a team that's flying, a team that's top of the table, that a team that is so solid and they pounce on your mistakes. Now was a time for you to just sort of take a step back. You're at home. You have a 2-1 lead. Go against your, quote unquote principles and just try to defend. But no, you still had to go out and do what you do. So the more, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? You keep doing the thing when it's not working, it's stupidity. And Russell Martin, I think, is exemplifying stupidity at this point. So,
See, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I read Jonathan Wilson's column this week, and he made some decent points. So when Southampton came up in 2012, at that time they had Nigel Atkins as their manager, and he was replaced by Mauricio Pochettino. But if you compare the kind of players they had back then, they had Shaw and Klein as fullbacks. They had, I think, Jose Fonte, who played for Portugal in the World
hmm.
Cup.
Hmm. Schneiderlin as well, right? At that point,
They had Schneiderlin. They had Lalana.
Ward Prowse.
Oh no, I think they had a player called Jay Rodriguez. They
Oh, yeah,
had
the striker.
yeah, they
They
had
had
Ricky
Van Dijk as well.
Lampert.
Ricky
They had Van
Lambert
Dijk as
was
well.
Yeah. So I mean, what they are saying about Martin is fine. I mean, criticizing Martin is fine, but at the same time, the main issue Southampton have is their players are not simply they're simply not good enough. I mean, who is? I mean, the only player I thought I think their winger Dibbling or Dabbling
Dribbling.
was Dibbling, right?
Dribbling.
Dibbling.
He was really
He's
good.
the yeah.
He
Only
gave
he looks
Diego Dallo
quality.
a hard time against, which is not saying much, but he did give Diego Dallo a hard time when United
Yeah,
faced.
he did. He
So,
did. So probably their biggest issue is not being good enough, not having good players.
Mhm.
And if you compare the average average points of teams who are promoted, that has gone down by 5 points.
hmm.
I think it was earlier it was 42, now it is 37.
No.
So I think that is the biggest issue. I completely agree with you on with when it comes to Russell Martin. But again, as we mentioned last time, he might as well he might get a Real Madrid job next season. We never know.
And
Like
also,
like
if 42 points is the point for safety, Abhishek, with your humility, you all only need 11 more points to stay safe here. I hope you guys, end up staying safe.
yeah.
I hope so too.
See, even
But you know
right
what? The
now,
one thing about Southampton I'll say is that I don't understand. They had a striker who is 6'8", by the way. He's 6'8". He's a giant, and
Yeah.
he was the one who was actually coming back, tracking back a lot, and he was trying to link up play quite a bit. He did actually quite well until he got like injured and had to go off. He was doing well, but when you have a striker like that, he's 6'8", and Southampton. I thought that their main focus is going to be like, when they bring the ball forward, it's going to be your classic wingers try to cross the ball in for such a tall striker. Not once, not once did that happen. Not once. Even I thought maybe other than that, their focus would be set pieces, because that's where a tall striker like that, when I was watching the game, I was like, who is this? He was literally a giant. He was just, running around, and he was giving Van Dyke also a hard time.
Hard time, yeah.
And, it was just, I thought, okay, this is going to be one of those games where they're going to try and get as many set pieces as possible, try to cross the ball in because they've got such a huge striker in, and it didn't happen. I don't remember one time when he was when there was a ball in and he actually got a header away or a shot on target or anything. It just didn't happen, which is also, especially when you have a striker like that, I think sometimes you have to adapt to a game and sometimes you have to change it, but it seemed like it didn't happen at all.
But again, we are in that day and age when managers don't like to change. We might find that irritating, but it is the way it is. They don't like to change. They want to stick
Mm.
to their philosophy. And literally, no one changes. No one changes.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the new age of managers, and we'll have to live with that.
Yeah.